how to get started investing in the stock market. Hey, what's up you guys? This is Brennan here, back at you with another video. So today guys, we're going to be going over how exactly to get started with investing in the stock market. The first step is picking a brokerage. Now the brokerage that I personally use is Robinhood because they are 100% free on your trades. Now the one thing to keep in mind is that it is not available in every country. It is available within the United States, but I'm not sure where else it is available. So just have to keep that in mind and find a brokerage that is available for your country. Now, once you have your account all set up with your brokerage, the second step is then to go ahead and start funneling money into the account. Now, what I would first recommend with getting started is about $1,000 when you're starting in the stock market, because you don't want to put in too much money when you're first getting started, because you don't want to make a wrong move and then be out like all your money pretty much. So start out with just $1,000, or if you don't quite have $1,000 yet, maybe start out with $100. But with $100, you would be quite limited because a lot of stocks are over $100 to actually purchase one share. So I would recommend generally $1,000 to get yourself started that you want to put in the account. So once you have your brokerage and your money, the next step is the most fun part, which is actually picking the stocks that you're choosing to invest in. Now, this is definitely the most time-consuming part, the most research-intensive part, but it is not as complicated as you may think. It is actually quite simple. So what I personally recommend, this is my investing philosophy, is to pick companies that you believe in and you see a potential in. So the companies that I'm personally invested in, which I don't necessarily recommend them to you guys because it varies from person to person, the level of risk that you want to get involved with, because generally more stable, more bigger companies have lower risk, which I will go over parts of my portfolio as well in this video to kind of share with you guys what my portfolio is comprised of, so you guys can get an idea of maybe how you want to go. But there is a certain level of risk. Some stocks like maybe Amazon or something like that may have a higher level of risk just because they are such a heavy growth stock. And so it really just depends on the companies that you choose. Some are going to be more, less risky, more secure. Some are going to be a little bit, more risky, but also could bring you in a lot more potential profits. So a couple of examples within my portfolio would be comparing Netflix to Johnson & Johnson. So I currently own both shares in each of those companies. Now, Netflix is a more growth-oriented stock, a little bit more risky in my portfolio, but it has a lot more room for growth and profit in the short term. Now, more long-term type of stuff is more the Johnson & Johnson type companies. Also, McDonald's is another company that I have shares in that is also the more long-term dividend type stocks. Now, I'm not going to be going in depth exactly how dividends work in this video, but effectively what dividends are is you get a certain percentage of the amount of shares that you own paid to you in a certain basis. So it might be quarterly, but within McDonald's and Johnson & Johnson, I do get a little cut, a little dividend every quarter. It depends on the company when you actually get paid out for those dividends, but that is another cool thing with a lot of stocks that are like the more bigger secure companies do have dividends. So that is something to keep in mind as well. If you have a bit more money to invest, I would generally recommend, if you have like a lot of money that you're going to be starting with in the stock market, you probably want to move more into the bigger secure companies like Apple, McDonald's, Johnson & Johnson. You really don't want to be moving a lot of money into a Netflix or something like that, especially with the older people that I have talked to personally, gotten some investing advice. All of them are in Apple and those type of companies. Warren Buffett as well himself is in more so those type of companies because he has a lot of money. But if you're younger and you want to move more towards growth-oriented stocks, right, you're just getting started, that's more so the investing philosophy that would probably be best for you. Just depends on the amount of money that you have and when you're getting started with investing, what type of strategy and philosophy you want to roll with. Now, obviously, it's going to take you some time to figure out what kind of philosophy that you want to roll with, okay? There is the more growth type stuff. There is the more long-term stuff. I have a mix of both in my portfolio, but it is up to you to decide. I can't just tell you all of my portfolio and just have you guys copy it. It doesn't work like that. You have to figure it out, do your own research, pick companies that you personally believe in and want to invest your money into. So once you have your money in those stocks, the next most exciting thing is to wait. Now, I know it doesn't seem the most sexy, most craziest thing ever, but the biggest philosophy really any investor is going to tell you, unless they're doing penny stocks and day trading, which I highly, highly recommend you avoid because it is very, very easy to lose a ton of money in those type of investing philosophies such as day trading and penny stocks. Stay as far away from those as you can. You can lose a lot of money. So unless you're one of those type of guys, which I advise against, you're going to want to learn how to be patient. Okay, being patient with the stock market is the essence of investing in the first place, right? You're setting money aside to sit there and grow slowly, have your money work for you, and all those profits from your job, your business, wherever you're getting your money from, right? You set that aside to generate more money with the money that you have, right? You're turning your money into more money, having your money work for you, which is the whole point of stock market investing in the first place. And eventually you can get to that point where you completely live off of your investments, right? That's where my Gramps is at right now. He has so much money invested in the stock market, and a lot of older people do as well. A lot of people have so much money at that point when you're older, or you have enough money that you can just live off that money. That's pretty much the dream, really, because you can do whatever you want, right? You have the complete freedom from any type of liabilities or any type of stuff. You just have all your money working for you. So it's going to take a while to get to that point. You have to be patient, keep putting more and more money, right? You're starting out with $1,000. You're going to want to slowly put more and more money in there. And that's why I recommend, even if you have like $50,000 to throw into investing, start out small, because you don't want to be making any quick, irrational mistakes in the beginning and then losing a ton of money. So be patient, slowly ramp up your investments. So maybe you start with that $1,000 and you just put in $200 a month, right? Then you slowly ramp it up to $500 a month, then $1,000 a month, then $2,000, $3,000. You slowly start funneling more and more money into your investment account and keep growing your overall net worth. That is the name of the game, right? Growing your overall net worth so you could eventually live off of that money, the dividends, the investment money that you make. You take out little bits of profit, you reinvest most of the money, it just grows into more money. That's how you build your wealth, okay? That is the whole point of this video, right? Getting started in the stock market is to grow your wealth so you could eventually attain that freedom. So it's going to take a lot of patience, but effectively that is how you get started in the stock market. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, smash the subscribe button and the notification bell as well so you don't miss anything. But anyway guys, that's all for today's video. So I will see you in the next one. Peace out.